Tatiana Maslany is fuming over the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, especially since her own show, She-Hulk, was cancelled. While Deadpool just hit the billion-dollar mark, Maslany feels betrayed after learning about a deleted scene featuring her character that Ryan Reynolds and Disney chose to scrap. This snubbing has her seething as she grapples with being sidelined by the franchise she thought she was a part of. But the drama doesn't stop there. Rumors suggest that Maslany is teaming up with Brie Larson to plot against the Marvel Universe that once embraced them, raising questions about a potential rivalry. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. It's no shock that Tatiana Maslany, the actress behind She-Hulk, is feeling frustrated after Disney canceled her series. Let's face it, She-Hulk was a flop. There's no need to sugarcoat it. It went over budget, wasted Disney's resources, and caused a drop in subscribers for Disney. Now, Maslany is back on the offensive, likely feeling envious as she watches Deadpool and Wolverine perform exceptionally well at the box office without her cameo or even that of Captain Marvel. Reports suggest that Maslany and Larson might be forming an alliance behind the scenes. They appear to be banding together to challenge the likes of Ryan Reynolds, who has not only revived the Deadpool franchise but also played a crucial role in saving Disney's image. Deadpool and Wolverine is proving to be a remarkable success, having surpassed $1 billion at the box office. Maslany's jealousy is palpable as she sees Reynolds, director Shawn Levy, and the rest of the team basking in this triumph. Do you think Disney executives like Bob Iger or Marvel's Kevin Feige are going to overlook Reynolds, who has become a key player in Marvel Studios? He's likely to be included in many upcoming projects, while Maslany has been left behind since the downfall of her show, often criticized as one of the worst in recent memory. Who could forget that infamous twerking scene? It's a moment that many viewers found cringeworthy and hard to watch, epitomizing the series' struggles. Much like Brie Larson, Tatiana Maslany is reportedly engaging with feminist groups within Disney to gather information that could potentially lead to legal action against both Disney and Reynolds. There are whispers that Reynolds influenced Disney executives to cut a highly anticipated deleted scene featuring She-Hulk. In this scene, which was meant to be included in the post-credits of Deadpool and Wolverine, She-Hulk, who also possesses the ability to break the fourth wall, was supposed to appear alongside Deadpool. However, instead of taking a backseat, she was portrayed as the superior character, offering Deadpool a lesson in the art of fourth wall breaking with a flair that was meant to be more refined. The irony is rich, given that She-Hulk's character often lacked the subtlety expected from a sophisticated narrative. It's troubling to consider the motives behind these creative choices, particularly when we look at the overall agenda pushed by certain factions within the industry. It feels as if some of these so-called feminists are trying to undermine the very foundations of these entertainment companies from the inside out. Fortunately, it seems Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, has started to see through these maneuvers. Remember when Maslany, during the 2023 strikes, referred to Iger as an out-of-touch old man? Fast forward to now, and she appears to be backpedaling on those comments, recognizing that her opportunities within Disney have dwindled significantly since the cancellation of She-Hulk. It's a clear indication of her realization that she won't have a future in Disney projects, especially those that are thriving like Deadpool and Wolverine. As expected, Iger and Reynolds have collectively decided to scrap the entire scene featuring She-Hulk, leaving no trace of her in the final cut. For anyone who's seen the movie, it's evident that there's no sign of her character, reinforcing how far she has fallen from grace. However, there's more to the story. Many fans initially believed that once the Blu-ray and streaming editions were released, the deleted scenes would find their way back into the film, potentially stretching it to a runtime of nearly 3 hours. But in a surprising twist, She-Hulk won't make an appearance in these extended versions either, mirroring the fate of Captain Marvel. This outcome seems closely tied to both Tatiana Maslany and Brie Larson, who have publicly criticized Disney and the very institution that once supported them. Now, Maslany must confront the consequences of her words and actions. This is a reality check for her. It's time to act like an adult and step away from the irresponsible, vitriolic rhetoric she has embraced. To highlight the irony, let's revisit a quote from Maslany herself about Bob Iger back in 2023. She stated, "I think he's completely out of touch. He's completely out of touch with the workers who make his shows happen, who make people watch these shows, who bring viewers to him and money." This statement reveals a lack of maturity and insight. How can she genuinely believe that she, as one actress among many, is crucial to Iger's financial success? It's evident that even Maslany knows her words lack conviction, especially now that she's scrambling to distance herself from those comments. In an effort to revive her career, she appears to be trying to retract her earlier criticisms and align herself with the very system she once disparaged. It seems that her desire for acceptance has forced her to reevaluate her stance, indicating that perhaps she recognizes where her true interests lie right alongside the corporate giants she once criticized. In a recent attempt to clarify her previous remarks about Bob Iger, Tatiana Maslany acknowledged, "In those moments you're so heated up, it's hard to articulate yourself on the picket line." This is a clear backtrack from her earlier accusations now that she finds herself jobless and without any future prospects for She-Hulk. By prioritizing her activism over her career, Maslany has significantly damaged her standing in Hollywood. Ironically, while she wanted to champion a cause, she has instead positioned herself as an outcast within the very industry that once employed her. It's important to recognize the reality. Disney hired her, but her performance in She-Hulk was a financial loss, not a gain. By openly criticizing Iger, she's essentially biting the hand that fed her. Now she faces the repercussions of her choices, which many are finding satisfying. Comments like "Don't Gina Carano me" on social media reflect the sentiment that she's regretting her actions. Ultimately, Ryan Reynolds ensured that her character is absent from Deadpool and Wolverine, marking a much-needed shift away from the toxic presence of She-Hulk in the MCU. Maslany's journey is a cautionary tale for those in Hollywood who believe they can speak out against the very system that supports them without facing backlash. Her comments about Iger and the way she has engaged with her audience have led to a notable backlash online, with many saying she should face the consequences of her actions. As her character is completely removed from Deadpool and Wolverine, viewers are left to wonder, will Maslany learn from this experience, or will she continue to lash out? Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Movie Saga. If you enjoyed our deep dive into the latest drama surrounding Tatiana Maslany and her reaction to Deadpool and Wolverine, be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about her situation? Is she justified in her frustration, or is it a case of not accepting the realities of her career choices? We'd love to hear your perspective. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Movie Saga and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on all the latest happenings in the entertainment world. Until next time, keep the conversation going and stay tuned for more insightful discussions.